Hi, welcome. I'm going to share with you ways that I like to use stencils with Brushos. And while I get some links shared with others, I will be then working on these Brushos. So give me just a second so I can share this link. Oh no. I wonder, is there a way to share? Okay, I wanted to share with you some of the fun ways we have in my class. I share with you how to do color play, and I really enjoyed this color play that I just did right before I was done. I'm going to let it dry just a little bit, but this is one of the things that we're going to learn in class, and I'm just going to share with you some other fun ways that I like to use Brushos and maybe different ways that others may not have thought about. So I have some card panels that I stamped with waterproof ink with my Misty, and then we're just going to play. So I really like to start off with something simple. I'm going to do this one. It's a simple sentiment, not anything crazy or wild. And I wanted to do something just totally off. And I really like these Tim Holtz stencils. And I'm going to use this one. I don't know what it was called. It's the number is 83. I never remember the names. I just go off of the numbers. But what I like to do is, I need a paintbrush. Always forget my paintbrush. Here's my trusty, fun, round brush. I'm hoping to do these live videos. Oh, I don't know, at least every Thursday. I think would be really fun. I'm just brushing this on. Now this is actually not part of the class. This is more like a bonus, but I thought I would just play with it. And I really like turquoise. So I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle some more turquoise on. And very lightly, I'm going to just spray. And then I'm going to lift this up, and I get this really simple stencil outline, right? So then I can go in, and maybe I want to just stamp this right here, just to give it some texture. And that looks kind of fun. I like that. And then I can go in and maybe I want to do kind of a little bit over, and it is I'm just playing around. Half the fun with Brushos is just playing around. And maybe I want this to be more of a solid look. And since this is what I would call a scrap piece of paper, I'm okay with that. And there, that's kind of a fun texture too. Yeah. And then if I wanted to, I could change up my stencils, which I'm all about doing that. I have squares, and I want something, maybe I want a smaller pattern. I felt like that was kind of a bigger pattern. So let's go with a smaller pattern. This is a Tim Holtz stencil 79. And I'm actually going to go into a different color now. Let's go with, I really like leaf green with turquoise. And I think I'm just going to sprinkle it on. This is just me playing, you guys. I'm not doing anything else. That's probably more than enough Brushos. The leaf green is really, really light. And so I just keep building on. That's kind of fun too. I like that leaf green with the turquoise. And I still have stuff on here, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp that on. And that gives it a really fun texture too. Okay, and then I think I'm going to repeat the same thing over here, but maybe I'm going to do a little bit of turquoise. And since it's still pretty wet, very gently. I'm spraying way up high, so the water is just very misty-like. You guys might be like, this is way more texture than I would ever do. Now, what I don't like is I'm going to try and just kind of clean this up a little bit. And I got my little washcloth that I like to use to clean that up. Okay, yeah, I really like that. And I have a lot of Brusho pigment on my stamp, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp that right like that. Why not? Ooh, look at that. That's super cool. And I think I need a little bit more yellow. And instead of using a stencil, I'm just going to add that leaf green to where it's kind of already wet. So I'm just kind of unifying it. But this is such a fun way to really play with textures and really make some unique artistic looking cards. And again, I want to be able to keep that kind of clean. Yeah. And I'm going to spray just a little bit just to see kind of where my Brushos kind of go. I don't want to ruin that, but I really like that. I think that'll look really nice cropped about like that. So I'm going to let that dry. I could probably add a little bit of just the leaf green over here. Why don't I do that? It's so much fun to play with Brushos. Just like spending like the afternoon playing with Brushos. Okay, I like that. I'm going to let that be. I don't think I can do anything more to make that pleasing. And look at how much color and texture that is just by doing some with Brusho. Okay, I'm going to clean my work surface up because I'm not sure if I want this turquoise and green color going on. And who knows, you guys might think, I would love to know what you guys are thinking. Anyways, it's fun. It's a fun time. I am sharing 2 classes, my 2 Brusho classes. I'm giving away 2 of them like this month, this week and next week. And I'm really excited to share that. And so I hope that whoever wins will be able to play with Brushos. Okay, so this is my color play. I played with it's actually just leaf green, and I played around with the colors and got it to kind of where I wanted to. And that's like our first lesson is with color play. But what I wanted to share with you is I wanted to be able to, there, we'll go this way. I don't think it matters, does it? No, probably not, but I like to think that it does. Now with this stencil, it is kind of straight up and down, so I do kind of want to keep it straight up and down. But I think what I really want to do is I want to take some of that turquoise and I'm going to add it to this. And so, yeah, I'm not doing the whole thing, just a little bit. And now what I can do is with a very light, I don't have a whole lot of water on my brush. I'm just going to kind of paint in where I want the Brusho to go. And because I already sprinkled it on, it's going to reactivate to water. This is going to look really fun, I think, when it's done. The hardest part is not checking to see, because once I lift it up, it's really hard to get it right back to where I want it to be. But this is such a fun way to add. I know I don't have brushes here, but I think I have enough ink on my brush that it'll work. Okay. And there is a little bit of that pattern coming through. Now, I really like that. I think this looks very floral-ish like. So then I could just take a stamped die cut and put this on, color this, put this on the card, and I have a really nice card and a background to go with it. Isn't that fun? And then in my class, I show you, you can add sentiments or whatever, but I really like this. I don't think I would change it much. Yeah, isn't that cool? Okay. So those are just fun ways to play with Brushos. Let me share with you a couple other things. Here is another one. These are all just like extra fun things that I like to do. I think this is pretty dry. I'm going to actually get a magic eraser and show you, or a bleach pen. And okay, I got my bleach pen. And maybe what I wanted to do was, I really like, this is the double diamond from Tailored Expressions. And again, so the same thing like with water, this is bleach. I just put bleach in this water pen. And it is straight up bleach. I'm going to go ahead and just dab a little bit. And the bleach will make the image go away. Will make the pigment go away. And it's kind of fun because you can't really tell until after the fact that you do it. Yeah. Just some fun other ways. I really like that texture right there, so I don't want to mess with it, but I do haven't quite figured out how bleach works. Like, I get the process behind it, but it's still, to me, it's still magical. I don't know. Maybe I'm like the crazy one. I don't know. But it is really fun. It reminds me of like batik. Like fabric, when you dye fabric. Ooh, I can smell the bleach. And so I just put a bleach in my bleach pen, and then I'm just kind of like playing around. I'm not sure what is gonna work, but I like playing with patterns and I like playing with colors, so I figured it can't be that bad, right? Okay, I don't know if I can do much more. And of course it will dry a little bit lighter. Now maybe I want to go back in here and just add a little bit more texture right here, or pattern right here. I'm going to do that. And the bleach will just clean it up a little bit. How cool is that? That's going to look really cool. See how fun. And maybe I want to move again over here and do that nice big diamond right here. Oh, I can smell the bleach. I'm not a huge, yeah, that is so cool. And it'll get even more starker. I do like using bleach with this because the Brusho is a little staining, so you can still get, it's not going to turn completely white. I'm going to do just this triangle right there. How fun is that, you guys? Okay, so then I can just add a sentiment or something fun to the background, and I have a really cool card panel. I love it. Isn't that cool? Okay, let me show you some other fun ways. I'll show one more fun ways that I like to use stencils. In my class, I actually use stencils with gesso and gel medium and resist, and it is a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with this. I'll actually show you two different ways. These are just like extra fun ways that you can use your stencils that I wanted to put in my class, but I didn't have enough time. When I put my stencil down, I like to kind of like play and see kind of where I like it. And I'm just trying to see, like, I like these lines right here. I'm just trying to see on my card panel, do I want them like this? I think I want them almost like up and down kind of. Okay. So I like that. I'm gonna leave that alone. It's another. I'm going to take some water and I am wetting my paper where the stencil is. And then I'm going to take it off and then put the Brusho on. And hopefully we'll get this atmospheric look that's really fun. You have to work fast. You don't want to dilly-dally. And it's not going to look perfect. That's not the goal here. My goal is to just get water down on the paper, lift it up. Looks like I had some water. Okay, I think that looks good. I had some Brusho left over on my mat, so I was going to do a green anyways. Let's do an emerald green. And now, everywhere where there's water, the Brusho is going to react. If there's no water, the Brusho isn't going to react. It can be kind of subtle. If you want it to be. I'm probably using more than enough. All right, then I'm just going to blow it away. And we have this really simple background. Now, imagine doing that on top of another background. That would look really fun. Yeah. Let's try. I'm all about trying different. Let's let that dry, and then I'm going to come back later and just kind of do a wash over it and see how that goes. So we'll try that. Let's do this one. What I like to do with some of them, we'll go with this one. Maybe not. I don't like how big it is. I have a very swirly stencil. I think that's the one I want. Or maybe I want more of a bindy stencil. Oh, we'll go with this one. And maybe what I'll do is just, I'm just going to spray. This is another, just spray first. And then it's not going to be perfect. It's going to look very atmospheric, which is probably what we're looking for anyways. You can let this dry. Ready? All right. Oh, look at that. That looks so much fun. Now we can let this dry and come back with another color and another stencil to add on top of it. But we'll let that dry first. I'm going to take this one. And I already have a bunch of Brusho on here, so I really don't want to waste it. But what I will do is I'm just going to stamp it right here. So then I get this really fun look. And maybe I'll do the same over here. There. And what I wanted to do up here is add a little bit more turquoise. And so I'm going to leave that alone because I really like that. But I'm going to, this is me playing. Okay. Now I'm just going to add some turquoise. And I'm going to add it down here too because I want it to blend a little bit. And if I'm lucky, I can move this blue. Now that looks very stark, and I get it, totally get it. It is, but I can dab it up a little bit. Ooh, look at that! And then I have this really fun atmospheric look to this card, and I think I need. I think I would like. I still have some Brusho on this. I'm just going to lightly stamp it like that. It's just going to add a little bit of that purple to the sky. Not a lot, just a little. And maybe this is too messy for you. It probably is. That's okay. Let me show you. I think I'll just take care of that drip. But look at that. It's so pretty. And then if I really don't like that the birds are that, I can take my bleach pen and bleach it out. And then I could go back in with colored pencils if I really wanted to. I think I just want to lightly make it so the birds are a little bit lighter in the background. Yeah. And so you have this fun atmospheric look to that. So those are some ways that I like to use stencils. This is pretty much dried. Here's the bleach one. And I still think that if I did I think this would look fun with just one sentiment or something. I really like that. It's a fun background to play with and to put a sentiment or something on. And then I have this one, which honestly, I really like. I don't know if I would change much. The only thing I might do is I might just take a little bit of this bleach and just lighten up that. Only because I want the sentiment to really shine through, but I'm not too worried about it. But I like that. That looks, that kind of cleans it up a little bit. And then if you really wanted to, you could add some blue here. And let's try that. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a nice little line right down like that. I guess I have this thing for turquoise today because that's like what I've been using, but that's okay. You got to have fun, right? I really like that texture, and I am dabbing it up a little bit. I don't want it to be super bright. I still want, my focal point is the let your dreams take flight. So if that's my focal point, I got to remember that everything else is secondary. Yeah, I think I like that. All right, so there's another fun quick tip to make, but to make card panels. Anyways, so there's some of my fun ways that I like to use stencils with Brushos. Simple ways, nothing too much, nothing too crazy. Here's my first one, which I still think is super duper fun. And if I really wanted to, I could take my bleach pen and clean it up just a tiny bit. I don't know if I would go crazy, but yeah, you guys get the idea. We'll see. I might not like that, but we'll try it. Anyways, isn't that fun? I think that is just such a fun way to add some texture to your card panels. So anyways, stencils are lots of fun to play with texture. You can also do this with any kind of distress ink if you wanted to. I'm assuming the bleach will work with distress ink the same way with Brushos, because Brushos are very dye-based anyways. So it should work, but I'd love to know if you use bleach in your inks and if it works. But anyways, this is a fun way to spend an afternoon or a morning by creating colors and textures. I hope you give it a try, and we will talk to you soon. And yeah, if you love my tutorials, my class is very instructional, tutorial driven with lots of techniques, and I think everyone who takes it will come away with lots of ideas. So that's on the Fine Art Academy Cafe, the Fine Art Cafe Academy, and or you can also find the link in my Facebook page, and I will also link the link down below in the descriptions. And I'm giving away 2 classes, and that giveaway ends next Wednesday. So you got 6 more days to register. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.